Hey up, I mentioned a couple of weeks somebody had asked me to do a bit of a job for him. My friend's a wagon driver and he's recently changed jobs and he's got a new wagon, but there's no storage in the wagon above his sort of sleeping quarters where he puts his food and his dishes and his microwave and stuff. So he's asked me to design him some sort of cupboard to go in his cab. So I'll just do a little drawing now and show you what I need, and then I'm going to build it for him. I'm going to have a go at building it. Essentially, this is what I need. Essentially, what I need is a pen that works. 2 secs. That's better. Right. So this is his cab. Sort of side view. This is where he sits. This is his steering wheel. And then what he's got a bed here behind his driver's seat, and what he needs is a cupboard to go up there. So full length of the cab would be a cupboard above his driving seat, so there's 2 seats there, steering wheel there, that's his bed. And then a cupboard up here with 3 doors, so he puts his microwave in the middle. Turn it around, that'll be better, won't it? So, microwave in the middle, and then a couple of shelves each side with a door on. Well, a cupboard with a shelf in. So that's basically what I'm going to try and make for him, and fit it in his wagon. The wagon he drives is a Renault, and it's a grey colour, so I'm going to make it out of this old black top that I've got. And then I'm going to give the legs to a mate of mine who's going to make another table out of it. So I'll strip it down and we'll get started. This cupboard 37 centimetres down and 37 centimetres back. It seems a bit small to me, but that's he's the expert, so that's what he's asked for, so that's what I'll do it for him. So what I've done first, I've ripped this thing straight down the middle. It was 2 metres long by 800 wide, so I've ripped it straight down the middle, so it's now, I've got 2 400 pieces now. So I'm going to put this masking tape on, and I'm going to draw a line, and then I'm going to cut this at exactly 37 centimetres, which is what he's asked for. I'm not an expert at working, well, I'm not an expert at working, am I? I'm not an expert, certainly not an expert at working with this chipboard. So I think somewhere I might have seen somebody use masking tape on top to stop the rip out, the cut out, the chip out, whatever they call it. Try and get a cleaner edge. But actually, I'll be cutting that on the other side. Anyway, I'll see how it goes. I'm going to put this across and now from one side to another, and I'm going to mark it. Then at least I've got a line to follow, rather than just doing it blind. I'm claiming a success with that. This makes quite a change for me, doing something to a plan, to measurements, because I normally make it up as I go along, but I think this is going to have to be quite accurate. Because one thing is, if I cut this door in the wrong place, he won't even be able to get his microwave chuffing cupboard. So they sent me the measurements of the microwave. So I think this should be right. So I've gone 2 centimetres from the top and 3 centimetres from the bottom. I was going to go 2.5 and 2.5, but there needs to be a slight lip on the bottom to stop anything coming forward, I think. He's asked for the lip anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. So, well, hopefully this will be alright. Okay, them's my 3 doors that I want to cut out. That's the right hand door, that's going to be the middle, and then that's the left hand door. Would you believe me if I said I'd spent an hour just contemplating this, walking up and down, looking at it, thinking how the hell am I going to cut this out? I mean, like that guy on Star Wars with red and black stripy face with double-ended bloody lightsaber, thinking, right, how am I going to attack this? You know, and he's going to fight what's his name? Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's pacing up and down, looking at it. So I decide what I'm going to have is like a flush face on this, but I want to hide these cupboard doors as much as possible. So I want to get a really neat cut, and I know my jigsaw won't do it. So I'm going to use this, my multi-tool, and I'm going to cut. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the top of each cupboard, and then I'm going to put the hinge on, and then I'm going to cut down the sides and the bottom, so that hopefully when I do that, with the hinge already on, the door will never move, it'll be in its right place. And I'm also going to put a slight angle on the bottom, so that if I think if it was straight it'd catch. So if I put a slight angle on it, it might help it open properly. And then I'll probably paint the insides because it'll be bare wood. And then if I paint the insides black, I think it'll hide the join. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. And cause I'm more bothered because I've only got one of these pieces. Black ain't a colour that I get very often. I get wood tops all the time, but I think black would look pretty good. So I don't want to destroy it. But you've just got to jump in, haven't you? Right. Start on the end of them. So I've marked out, I'm going to follow these lines. Right, I've got through the 3 tops. And it's as I thought, really. That's the last one I did, and that's probably the better one. So at least, I don't know what kind of hinges I'm going to put on it yet. I was thinking probably I could get them piano hinges, because that would cover then the whole of that ragged cut. And then as long as I get the vertical and horizontal for the sides and the bottom straight, you won't see this top. Because that one's pretty straight. That's the last one I did, and that's not bad. I can live with that. I'm going to have to live with them. But I ain't got any piano hinges. I've only got normal hinges, and I don't really want to spend any money. Although I'm sure my mate would pay for them if I said to him. But I'd rather do it. I'd rather do it for note out of these with stuff that I've already got. So I'll see what I've got. I've just got in from work, and I've just spent about 15 minutes looking for some hinges, and I can't find any. I know I've got some somewhere, but I just can't find any. And I think to be honest, the time spent looking for them, I'm better off just buying some more. So I've broken my own rule, and that's what I've done. I've been and bought 4 packets of hinges. Because even if I do find some, I don't know if they'll fit. I don't know if they'll be strong enough. At least these are quite sturdy. There's no giving them, so I'm happy. 99 pence. And this is how they're going to go. I'm going to put 3 on the middle because there's a bigger door and 2 on each end. I don't know whether to paint them black or not, but if I do decide to paint them black, I can do it afterwards, because I'm going to have some silver sort of bolts here and down each side. So I think the silver hinges will look alright, and probably a silver handle, so I think the black and silver will look alright. But if they don't, I'll just paint them black. I've fastened them 2 hinges on. The door's still attached here, so when I cut down these lines now, it should be perfect. It should be in place. So that's my idea anyway. So we'll see if it works. So and then yesterday I had the idea, instead of just trying to follow this line freehand, I clamped this piece of angle line on there. So as long as I go straight with this angle line, then that should be straight and give me a far better cut than that one. Lights up as well. I feel it has dropped a little bit, and this is a very weak point here. I'm going to have to put a metal strap across the back of that, I think. Well, I know definitely. Oh, that's not bad. It's very weak there, so by the time I've cut all of them out, that's going to be really weak. Bloody hell. I'm going to have to put a plate there, a metal plate on. I'll think of something, but not tonight. You notice when I turned it over that there's a weak spot here. It almost bent. I only saw it when I looked back on the video, so I panicked a bit. So what I'm doing is fastening it together and putting some extra brackets on. So I've put these struts inside, put these extra brackets on here just to give it a little bit more strength at this weak point here. That's really bad. And I put a couple of L brackets there. I'm going to put one on that side, but I ain't got one. I'll have to find one. So because of that weakness up there on that joint, I've only actually cut one complete door out while I got the struts on. But they're going to have a shelf in, but what he needs to do is get his tins of beans, lentils, whatever he's having. He needs to get them on this bottom shelf. So I don't want to go too high with it and lose space because he won't get anything else on there, but he's got to be able to get the tins of beans in and out. So my thoughts are, because I'm putting a lip on there so they don't come out, so they don't slide out. So I'm thinking if there's enough room to tip them on the side like that, then that'll be enough room to get them out. Well, it's what I've got, so it's what I'm using. Exterior gloss 1 coat. Yeah, should be alright. I've managed to pry the top off, but look at that. It's grown itself a second skin, so I'm going to have to puncture that. But I'm thinking it should be okay underneath. Jesus. That skin's about 5mm thick. Anyway, it's free. Grab a chick. Look at that, like an artist putting it on with a knife. Nope, I've got a brush. I've already done 2 and I got them right first time. And the third one I thought, right, right, I'll film this one. And I've got it slightly off. So I might drill the holes a bit bigger to give myself a little bit of play. Put a wash on that one as well. That's done it. So my thinking was, if I put them hinges on before I cut the door out, then it couldn't go wrong. But the middle one's alright. That's bang on. I almost think that's dropped a little bit. Used to go that way, but right, here it is, my finished thing, ready to go in his wagon. I'm not going over to see him for a couple of weeks, well, 3 weeks. So I'm just gonna video this now, the finished product, so I can sort of get it uploaded. And there you can see the shelves, microwave in the middle, and the shelf on that side. Right, that's it, finished. It's ready to go into my mate's wagon when we go to Hull in about 3 weeks' time. So that's the finished item. I'm happy with it, it's alright. To say it's out of recycled a recycled tabletop, and you know the basic machinery that I've got, I'm quite pleased with it. The main thing is, you know what, it does its job. He needed a cupboard for his food and his microwave and stuff, so it does the job. So I'm happy with it. I'm sure he will be. There's a few things I would change if I were to do it again. I think the biggest thing being I'd give Karl Pope a ring, because I think it might be right up his street. My mate told me when he were looking for one of these for his wagon that he couldn't find one anywhere in England. He had to go to Europe for it, and the cheapest one he could find was €800. So there's probably a market out there for these things. And I guess if you set up right and you've got the templates and stuff, they're probably not that hard to make. So that might be a bit of an earner for you, Karl. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks to everybody that's supported me over these last few months and, you know, commented and liked the videos. I really appreciate it. Really makes a difference. Sometimes you think, God, nobody's watching anyway, why am I bothering? And then you get a comment and you think, oh well, I'll just carry on. You know, if 1, 2, 3 people are liking it, then it just makes all the difference. So it's great to hear from you all. So thank you. I hope you keep watching. See you again. Bye.